My dad was in the building industry all his life, and he was frustrated in the 70s and 80s that he was dealing with buildings that had a dampness or leaking issue. He looked at the market back then when there were really no standards, Australian standards or building standards that really honed in on waterproofing. And so what he found was in the market was quite limiting. There were bitumen products and they were all hazardous solvent, flammable type bitumens. And my dad had a really bad allergy to anything with solvent. You know, he used to just blow up in wells and rashes and go red and swell up all over his body. And I remember as a kid seeing him do that, and you could always tell when he'd been near something that was quite strong in an odour. So he was a fairly resourceful character, and he decided to develop his own waterproofing at the time. So while he was building, he was making his own membranes and started off with, believe it or not, some sheet membrane that he produced, which was using bitumen technology but solvent-free with a water-based method. And this is sort of in the pioneering days, in the early 80s. I was at uni in the mid-80s, going back a long time now. Would see Dad working on his own in the development phase, and he was obviously had his own business and putting this on the side. And then I think it was in 85, he just threw it all in and said, I'm just going to be a manufacturer and start producing waterproof membranes, because he had a lot of key interest from his clients that saw the membranes he was making on the side in his own jobs. And so that's where it started. And then, so while I was at uni, I'd get involved just to give him a hand with some of the technical side, the administration side, the more technical side, because he was doing a lot of research, patents were being released, etc. at the time. And then in 1990, I got involved with him full time and never looked back. You know, we started off in a little shed, three of us, my brother, my father and myself, and it just went from there. And at the time, it was pioneering. You know, we had to actually install products and manufacture because there was no blueprint to go with, so we really developed it. And we were dealing in the housing market primarily. And we just kept, evolving and developing, and we started to get involved with liquid membranes, and we ventured outside of bitumen, and they were really exciting times. And really that was the platform that we've continued these days with Gripset. We've always looked to keep developing and how we can improve the market and do things better. And my father was a person that wasn't focused on just making a dollar. He was always motivated by the fact of doing something better. And I'm not sure if that was drummed into me or the DNA of the way we are, but it was always a part of the brand and the Gripset and our name. And he'd never want to walk away from a job with it looking shitty. He'd want to make sure it looked good, it did what you said it did. Never wanted a phone call from someone saying, hey, we've got an issue here. He wanted to make sure that it was done. And we walked away from lots of projects in the past where someone said they can get it cheaper, or they wanted it done differently. And if we knew we couldn't guarantee it or do it properly, we never went there. And so our brand and reputation has been built upon that. And as you guys know, that just continues like that today, and it'll always be.